A leading banking expert has warned the EU is on the verge of economic disaster because it does not have the economic reserves to support the euro. A leading economist has warned that the euro is only being sustained because the credit rating agencies have not downgraded Germany yet. Writing for Express.co.uk, Bob Lydon has warned that investing in the currency is now less safe than gambling on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies because of the unsustainable debt in the EU. His piece comes amid new concerns over the EU's single currency, which is used by a majority of its members. With EU debt now well above that of the UK as a percentage of GDP, there are serious questions over where the reserves to sustain the euro will come from. The economic woes, partly brought on by the pandemic lockdown, have meant the eurozone, unlike Britain, has already gone into recession. The crisis is a long way from the boasts of former European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker, who once boasted the single currency was the EU's greatest achievement. Mr. Lydon now points out Germany's credit rating is all that stands between the euro and collapse. In reference to France's rating tumbling, he said, "Even that is hanging by a thread. €417 billion dwindles to €183 billion if France's public credit rating falls just one level from A to AA." France only escaped that in June this year because the rating agency Standard & Poor's said France's debts had the implicit support of Germany. He went on, "For implicit read doubtful, there is no legal obligation on Germany to pay France's debts of €4 trillion as well as its own, also €4 trillion. Political considerations would supposedly cause it to. Really? Even if it wanted to, does Germany have the necessary resources? Is it good for €8 trillion, or indeed the entire €15 trillion if Germany implicitly supports all the Eurozone member states? That would be over 300% of the size of its whole economy. Even Greece's debt is only 193% of the size of its economy, and that merits it having a Standard & Poor's credit rating of BB+, denoting a speculative investment with a substantial risk of loss. He described German support for other countries' debts to sustain the euro as a house of cards which could collapse at any moment. If Germany was responsible for such a massive amount of debt, its credit rating should be nearer to the CCC level. Junk with a very high risk of loss. That's the problem. Germany enjoys a AAA rating because the rating agencies in one breath consider it in isolation, and in the next breath they wheel in Germany's implicit support to justify maintaining inflated ratings for other Eurozone member states, without adding that member states' debts onto Germany's and adjusting Germany's rating downwards. Mr. Lydon also made critical comparisons with cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which the UK Treasury has dismissed as little better than gambling. He noted, the euro has no tangible backing, and, unlike the pound, dollar, yen or Swiss franc, it does not have a country behind it. All UK citizens back the pound and, God help us, 100% of the UK's debts. We hold all the levers of economic management over the pound, even if we regularly crunch our gears, and in the worst case our government can instruct the Bank of England to issue more pounds to service the UK's debts. Mr. Lydon added, digital currencies, Bitcoin, stablecoin, Britcoin et al., makes your head spin. The spinning has helped the euro grab onto proper currencies like the pound and the dollar and make out it is like them. Its shop window is certainly decked out like a proper currency. Just don't go in the storeroom and see what's behind it. The euro no better than Bitcoin? Maybe we'd better start believing it.